Hello team and welcome back. Today we're going to do a few things working towards our board bundles, but the first thing that I would like to do is to add the room onto the house that Tish gave us. So we've got a few bits and pieces that are sitting here at the moment that we've been gifted. One of them is a 9x9 room. Once we put this on, I'm then hoping on one side of the room I can attach the fireplace, and then on the other side of the room I can attach the porch. But we can only do them one at a time. So I'm going to add it here. There is a possibility to put it here, or even a possibility to put it here, but there are things in the way if we go this way, and we haven't opened up the tile to go that way at this point, so I am going to put it here. But it is saying no. It's saying there's something in the way. So that's the first thing we have to do, is work out, oh, there's stuff on the back of the house. Let's go and take that off. We've got some decorations on the back of the house. And I think this is what is stopping us from being able to put that room on. Oh, we just took the wallpaper off the house too. That's okay. We're going to add extra here. So I don't need to go back to the front of the lot. I just can't be standing where the room is going to go. Okay, so let's try that again. And now we can add it on. See how it's got a yellow border instead of a red one? Perfect. So I don't know that we'll have the materials. Let's see what we've got. So we've got sapwood, yes. We've got stone, yes. Amazing. Now how long? So real time, 35 minutes for that to be built. How exciting is that? And then, as I said, I'm hoping I can then put a fireplace here and put a back porch here. Okay, so that's the long-term plan. Now, I'm just going to put this gear in the trunk until we've got somewhere to stick it to. Quickly going to do my garden and then make sure I've got everything I need to go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Rudy Blues, who is Megafun's other profile, and he has got the recipes that we need to be able to make the food we need for the board. Okay. But we'll do that once we've got our gardening done. So the reason I wanted to do the gardening first was just to make sure that I actually had all the ingredients I could possibly be able to contribute towards that meal. Okay, making those meals, so it's not all gonna fall on him for that. Okay, don't need those, need that. I have no carrot seeds yet, need to work on that. Potato, onion. Do we have carrot seeds? Yes. Amazing. Don't know why that's off like that. Anyway, cool. All right, so let's get the garden laid. Now, you'll notice that this is sort of starting to have a bit of a pattern to it. This is kind of the pattern I use in my other profile, and it's how I like to have the garden done, and it's how I know the garden is set up. So in the middle, this bit here later on, it's currently got cotton, lots of cotton because we need that, but it will be eventually set up to have an apple tree. This corner here will have a pumpkin seed. So it's all ready to go. We've just got to finish it off. Okay, now if we're going to be cooking, we want to have some food. The only food I've got right now is some grilled meat, and that is okay. What's missing? No, that would just be maybe a second lot of food. All right, so what we're going to do now is we are going to travel to Rudy Blues. Now, I'm not sure if we've actually added each other as friends, so let's see what happens. Oh, yep, we have. There he is. Let's go. Okay, so this is Rudy Blue's house. Now, this is his actual first lot that he created when he first started playing the game. So he's got lots and lots of stuff here. He does have a storage lot, the same as I do. However, he still chooses to keep a lot of his bibs and bobs on his plot, and that is up to you guys whether you want to do stuff like that. But it's looking a little bit cluttered right now, but it's very beautiful when he actually has it all set up how he wants to have it done. Where did he take off to? You're inside. Okay, cool. So let's go in and do some cooking. Now, oh, very clever. What are you doing here, mister? You glitching? I can see a fish tank in the middle of your room. Yeah. No, you don't either, do you? Wonder why it's showing as a fish tank. Interesting. I'll show you after I've been recording. So this is Rudy's kitchen. Very good setup. Important things when you're having people come and help is he's got 2 ovens and 2 stoves so that we can have one where the actual recipe is cooking, but then if we need rice or a meat or something like that, it can be done here. He's got a stirring bench and a prep bench together, and then he's got another stirring bench and prep bench here, and then he's got another stirring bench and prep bench there. So the reason that we kind of do this is that there's recipes that you can make wholly and solely at the stirring bench. There's recipes that you can make wholly and solely here, but when you go to make them, it takes up the bench and you can't use it. So you need to have additional benches that you can then come to do your ingredients and then bring them over to where it needs to be. Now, okay, Rudy, do you know what we need to cook? Cool. We need meaty stir fry. Meaty stir fry. Yes, yes, please. I can do. I've got carrots. I'll chop carrots. Okay, so even though Rudy Blue and I are not in a party, as long as we are both contributing to the cooking of the food, I'll get the rice. As long as we're both contributing to the cooking of the food, we will get the same portion, so we'll get 3 each. Fantastic. Oh, it's got 2 stirs on this recipe, so sometimes they'll have 1 stir, sometimes they'll have 2 stirs. If the recipe is ruined, you will lose a serving, so it will be either 2 servings or 1 serving, depending on how your recipe, I don't want to say fails, but yeah, whatever you're missing from the recipe itself. Fantastic. So we actually need to do this 4 times. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm actually going to pause the video while we continue making these, and then we'll come back when we do the next one. Okay, so I'm just going to pause now. Thank you. Okay, so we've just finished making our meaty stir fry. Now we need to make creamy carrot soup. So let's go with that one. So there's only one job to be done with this, which is garlic. So I've got that. And saying that, that is something that Rudy could do this bit, and then I could just stand over and do the stirring. So I don't actually have to contribute any vegetables to the soup, but I would still get, once again, that 3 serves. So that's all for that one. Once again, I'm going to pause while we finish making the rest of these, and then I'll come back to you with the next dish. Okay, so we're just making the last one we need for this, and then the next one is steamed fish. Now, steamed fish is a little bit harder. It needs to have a specific fish. We found it didn't used to, but now it does. So it needs to have Bahari brim, so you need to make sure that you've got 4 serves of Bahari brim before starting to make this meal. Ready to go. I will do the spring onions because I want to show people how to do that. Spring onions are super fast. Don't try and get everyone. I normally go for every second one. Whoops, when I get there. Now also too, this is a flipping motion, whereas you won't see that often with me, and the reason for that being I actually have a glitch in the system that does not allow me to be able to flip anything. So any of the foods that I need to flip, both of my profiles have the same glitch. We can go again. I'm going to pause the recording after this one until we finish making what we need. Okay, so we have just made all of the food that we need, and we are now going to take that into town. Thank you very much, Rudy, for your assistance, and we'll see you in town. Okay, so we are now in Kilima. We're going to take these to the board. Now, just so that you're aware, the reason that I did that cooking with Rudy Blue instead of Mega Fun is because Rudy had all the recipes that we needed for that, and I didn't have to try and achieve them or buy them or work out where to get them from. So it just made things a little bit easier. If you find yourself in the same circumstance where you need to be able to make something, whether it's for the Sky Temple or whether it's for the board, just call it out either on your home lot or when you are in town, and somebody will give you a hand to make those items. Okay, so yeah, don't ever feel that if you haven't got something that you can't do it. Doesn't matter what it's for, just call it out and people are more than happy to give you a hand to try and get that sorted. So these are the 3. Oh, we needed 20 grilled fish. 20 of the steamed fish, not just 10. That's okay, we can do that after, but you guys kind of get the gist now of what we need to do to be able to do that. That was my fault. I said that we only needed 10 of each, and these 2 are both clearly 20, so we'll get that sorted. Jack cat stew you make on the barbecue, so you make that yourself on the barbecue. Once again, if you don't have that recipe for whatever reason, you can talk to someone at a camping site, either in the Highlands or there are some in Bahari, and there is one in Kilima. You can go to those camping sites and they can cook it for you, and you can then take it off the grill. And then that gives it to you that you can then submit to the board. Okay, so those are small little tips that are hopefully helpful when it comes to being able to get things that are made on the grills as well. Okay, disappointing, never mind. And now I have some food to eat. Nice, very nice. Okay, I'm not going to go see Isha because that's going to take us through to a video, and I don't think, oh yeah, let's do it. Let's go see Isha and go through to the video to see. What we'll do is we end up going to a party that Sabria is at. Sabira, sorry.
Aren't we feeling bold today?
Yes. Ready for Sabira's party. I'm not rude.
Mind your manners.
Okay, so here we are at, I suppose you'd call it the governor's mansion. At the top you can see we've got 75 metres away, and there's no picture of who it is, and that's because we haven't actually met Sabria yet. Here we have Canal. We do not need to talk to these people. They're just here as guests at the party. So you've got Zucky, you've got Gina, everyone's here that needs to be here. Clary, yeah, pretty much anybody and everybody. So once again, you've got Isha, you've got Badru over here. Hussein with 2, Jal just there. You've also got Reeth and Tish over there, and this should have a Shira. Oh, no, it's Sabrina. Shira's there, floating for some reason. Shane is there, and Kenyatta is up there. But we're here to see Sabrina.
The order is here for you.
Let's be polite.
Ah. A watcher never sleeps.
Okay. She said go mingle, but I'm not going to mingle. We'll just come straight back
For
to
the
her.
good of all Palia.
So we're going through all of this. Sabria is just a very down-to-earth sort of person. Who doesn't like pomp and ceremony, and just really wants to keep things as quiet and low-key as possible.
A magistrate's work is never done. Oh. Ah.
Speak to her intentions. She's greedy, money hungry. Thinks she's better than everybody else. Okay. Oops, I just realised that Sabria's not here. Snuck out.
For a public servant, the work is never truly done.
Not happy. All right, now to leave the party, you just come back and talk to Isha, and she will send us back home again.
Make your case quickly.
And so now we get pushed back home. Okay, so here we are back at home. So the quest line now is to meet Sabria at the inn. Untick that one. What's this one? Not yet. We've got so many quest lines here that you can see. Field crickets is what I'm currently working on. Surprise present, hopefully I will have the cotton made for that. So let's go and have a look. Is our room ready? Our room is not ready yet. Okay, it will come. Not in there. Oh, I thought I had put cotton seeds in. Anyway, this wall is going to go, so we need to move these bits and pieces. That will be okay. This needs to be moved. Kind of making this little corner like a little bit of a trophy corner. These are all the things that we've kind of achieved, which is pretty cool. I might put my workbench over here, I think. I don't want it in the corner. Can I put a chest? Let's move that over there. Put this next to the chest. Perfect. That can stay there. I did put the wallpaper that we achieved in here. I think is very pretty. And if I end up making this area like a dining room, I'll probably put it out here as well. Let's go see how long we've got left on this room. One and a half minutes to go. Okay, let's do some watering while we wait. And of course, I've got no water. Go over to the pond. Yes, sometimes we have to water a long way away from where we actually, or what we're actually trying to water. But that is only normally if what you're watering is near a tree. This was another little area I was starting to make with our log cabin stuff. So in a second we should hear a ding sound, and that will then indicate that the room is completed. Hopefully very, very soon. Come on. Oh, we didn't get the ding sound. That's disappointing. Sorry, guys. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to add a fireplace on the side and hopefully add the porch on the back. Now we're probably not going to have all of the materials to complete them straight away, but they will be at least on the property. So I'm hoping this will go here, and I am wanting this to go here. Perfect. All right, so what do we need? What do I want first? Fireplace for sure. Okay. So we need 20 bricks, which we've got, and we need 20 sandwood, which we've got. Perfect. And then for this porch, we need 30, which we've got. Oh, look at this. We have all the gear that we need to be able to make these. Now, next step, we need to put the wall color back on. So we go and find a chest over here. And we want wall, and we want the, oh, not called wall. that's not it. Panel. It's called wood paneling. Okay, don't want that. We want the floor because that's what we're using through the property at the moment. Thinking, what are we thinking? I think we will stay with that blue for now. Let's see how we go. So external, select it, tap on the wall. Now I did come off this bit here, so I want to put that back on there. Beautiful. On here. On here. Down the bottom. It should go all the way around. Perfect, perfect, perfect. How good is this? It's 6 AM, so the garden's ready as well. Cool, and then the walls. Amazing. How good is this? So very soon, I didn't check how long, did we? So 6 minutes for the back porch and 19 minutes for the fireplace. The back porch is going to come up first, that's okay. But then we're going to have a whole nother room with a fireplace and everything. We could almost move the kitchen in here. What do we think about that? Don't know. I do quite like this being where it is. But anyway, super exciting. We will work all that out later on. Now, we can actually change the way that this wall looks. So I'll show you how to do that. So you go to H. We can click on this room here. Sorry, try again this one. And it says, how do we want this wall to look? So do we want it to be a big open space? Do we want it to have just a little short one? Do we want it to look like this? It's telling us it already has this one. So same. But we're going to go for a big open space, which just makes it look a little bit more open plan to the rest of the house. And I'm tempted to make this one down to a small now. Okay, so then that looks like a continuous, almost continuation of the room, which is a bit better. Our little wall treatment that we had there is looking a bit funky. Bedroom is slightly, has a smaller doorway now, so that's cool as well. I don't know if I like this here now. Wasn't too bad when it was right over, was it? Just a little bit more discreet so it doesn't look like you're coming into the room. Amazing. Very, very exciting. Do we bring these bits and pieces in here? I'm thinking. Anyway, that's not a thing for today. That is all for now, peeps. I will leave it at this point. And super exciting that we were able to get that done. We also went to Sabrina's party and we have made most of the food that we need for the bulletin board. So amazing. Thank you very much for tuning in today, and please make sure that you come back and see us again next time. Thank you. Bye.